Can you guess where the best place is to find a rental here on Oahu? My name is David Buck. I'm the real estate broker with Harcourts Island Real Estate here in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I can't tell you how often I get this question asked. I've been licensed here since 2001, and I would guess at least on minimum 3 to 4 times a week. I'll have an inquiry where like we're looking for a rental in this building, looking for a rental this particular neighborhood. And as much as I would love to help there, after 24 years in the business, there's not really a business model for real estate brokers to help tenants find places to rent, as in residential property. That's commonplace in the commercial arena. Like, say, if you're looking for an office space or a retail space, commercial brokers can help you find a place and get compensated for it. And so, with that said, if you are, this is geared towards residential real estate, by the way. And if you're looking for commercial real estate, I do have some referrals there. But my full-time day-to-day business is helping people buy and sell homes. And there is not a business model, like I said, to help potential tenants get themselves into housing here. The reason why is none of the landlords offer compensation for it. Unlike some of the big metropolitan cities in the country, like in, Manhattan, San Francisco, LA, even, in Aspen, Colorado, real estate brokers can get compensated for bringing a tenant and signing a lease, but that is not the case here in Honolulu. So with that said, I'm not just going to drop this conversation right now and send you to the wolves. So I'm going to have some recommendations going forward. First of which is at my previous brokerage, I used to blog a ton. I've been blogging since 2007, 2008. And I did an article previously about where to find rentals on Oahu, and now I'm bringing it into the 2020s here with YouTube. And in a nutshell, there used to be several sites I'd refer people to, one of which is Craigslist. So first off, avoid Craigslist like the plague. At one point in time, it had the most amount of inventory, but I would stay clear of Craigslist. And the reason why is there's so many scams on there. This has been going on for well over a decade, 15 years. I've personally experienced it where, there's these, they call them Nigerian scams, but they'll set up fake accounts. They'll scrape our photos off the internet and say they're the real landlords of the place. So stay clear of Craigslist. A lot of the reputable brokers that I know, they're putting their properties for rent in MLS, and that will feed through all the big real estate portals out there. So the first recommendation I'm going to have for a long-term lease on residential property is going to be highcentral.com. I'll put a link in here, but highcentral.com is a website for the Honolulu Board of Realtors. And the good thing is, if everything that's in there is legit. There's a realtor or property manager that represents the landlord there, and they all, in theory, everyone that is a member of the Board of Realtors abides by a code of ethics. You're not going to get some shady character that you're dealing with. So another question I get asked from a potential tenant is, well, if you don't do property management and you only do sales, can you turn me on to someone that does property management? Well, I would love to. However, if you think of it this way, like if I were a property manager and I manage, say, a condo in Diamond Head, and you are looking for a condo in Aiea, and I don't have a condo in Aiea, I still can't help you. Because the property managers are limited to the inventory that they have at any given time. And so they can't get compensated going somewhere else. So once again, to reiterate, I'd recommend for long-term leases to check out highcentral.com. And then if you're in a transitional stage or you're looking for something furnished, there's obviously Airbnb and VRBO. Those are the two major vacation rental websites. However, most of the stuff here in Hawaii, our DPP or a planning department here polices them for illegal short-term rentals. So that you will see some longer-term leases on there, say 30 days or more. And what's nice about some of those, if you're in a transitional housing situation where you need something furnished while you're looking for something to buy, and if you're looking for something to buy, obviously I can help there. But and if you're looking for something transitional until you buy, yeah, once again, even though I don't do rentals, there is a rental search in MLS I can help with. So pointer number one, avoid Craigslist, and use High Central for shorter terms and furnished places. Check out Airbnb and VRBO. And also just to, from a geographic standpoint on the island, There's certain parts of the island, like Kakaako, for instance. There's a minimum of 6 month leases. So if you see something for 1 month at a time, in Kakaako, I'd kind of run for the hills because you know it's probably not legit because it's a 6 month minimum on rentals in Kakaako. And then even in Waikiki, if you see someone renting for a week, not every building can you legally rent for a week in Waikiki. So yeah, just be careful out there. But once again, I would refer to those websites because they're going to be probably the most legit when you're looking for a rental here on Oahu. And if things change down the road, or if you or have any friends looking to buy or sell here on Oahu, that's what I do for a living. So I hope you found this useful. And feel free to like or subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about real estate here in Hawaii. I'm David Buck and can be reached at 808-371-3509. Mahalo.